As the United States Marshal in the southeast panhandle of the District of Alaska in 1912, I have seen far more than my fair share of dead bodies. Far more. Every dead body north of Ketchikan and south of Yakutat that can be picked up whole, in pieces or baskets, makes its way to my office in Juneau. Alaska doesn't have a morgue like the big cities in the lower states, so the bodies, or what's left of them, end up plopped onto the pine slab in the back of my office. Got a doctor in town who certifies the person is dead. That makes it official. Accidental, suicidal, homicidal, or natural, I put the bodies on ice until I can find a next of kin. If nothing pops after some telegrams, they go into the ground. Except for homicidal. They're different. I have to hold those bodies until the situation is resolved, as the federal judge here says. That could be a while. I have had Indian Joe on ice for more than 4 years now. I'm still waiting for Charlie the Weasel to show up for a trial. He's up Nome way, as best as I know. Charlie will be there until he runs out of money or luck. Either way, he'll have to come back through Juneau on a steamer. No other way to leave Nome. Whether he pays for passage or comes blue ticket, I'll know, and I'll be waiting for him on the dock with handcuffs and an Oregon boot. He could try to walk the 1,000 miles to Canada, but I doubt the Mounties would let him in. They know he's a bad sort, and they've got more of that type than they need. Last bit of excitement with a homicidal dead body was 18 months ago. That was when John Anderson Chili George Swanscombe graced our ice house 3 times in about as many months. Quite a story, that one. Shot and then frozen solid. Was part of a scheme to steal 250 pounds of gold. Twice. It worked. The gold disappeared. Twice. Went on to the Queen, the pride of the Alaska Steamship Line, and disappeared. Who says there's no magic in the world? Just poof. It was gone. Where it went, no one knows. Still don't. I did get the gold from the Dore bar robbery back and lost the only sober doctor north of Seattle in the process. Sober didn't mean honest. Stole for his daughter. Irony of it all, she didn't need the money. Had more than enough when she hooked up with the only Juneau banker, C.M. Summers. He scammed us all. Took the bank's money and ran. The two of them are probably living it up in Hawaii with all the money from the Summers Bank. I hope it does them ill. I'm not a religious man, but I have to believe someday, somehow, they will get theirs. Bartlett Thane, the former manager of the Alaska Gastineau mine, is gone too. He's off to some other gold mine in some god-forsaken place in South America. I never asked where. I don't care. I was just glad to see him go. He left with a pair of suitcases and no gold. I made sure of that. He was escorted off the Queen in Seattle by the United States Marshal Service. All he had were those 2 suitcases and no gold. He's never coming back. That does not break my heart. Not a whole lot of new characters in Juneau since then. That's just the way it is up here. That's the way it is in Alaska, too. The Alaska Gold Rush has run its course. Towns are now losing more people than gaining them. Winters are long and hard, and amenities are slim. A lot of folks stay here because they have no other place to go, or can't get back to where they come from. They stay because they have to. I don't ask where folks come from, and I lose a lot of mail.